Right. All right. All right. We are live. Just going to give it a minute or two for some people to populate, and then we'll get into this day two. Today is day two that consists of discipline. That's what day two consists of, discipline. Wake up in the morning, shut your mouth, and you just get your day started. Oh, man, my stomach. I haven't ate nothing since the day before. Just be quiet. Don't even bother with the conversation. What's the point? Oh, man, I'm so famished. I'm so thirsty. Don't even think about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Leave it alone. Just keep moving forward. That's all you can do. So, lost a few pounds myself already. What's going to happen in this journey, in this type of situation that we put ourselves in? You know, where we're cleansing the body, we're eliminating from the body, we're allowing the body to eliminate from itself. That is what we need to do. That's how we accomplish our goal of better health. Okay, so that's what we're here for, right? So day two, you're already halfway through the first 3 days, which are the hardest days. The first 3 days are the hardest days because it's a dry fast. The first 3 days, we had quite a few extra signups yesterday. That was good to see. But day two is the day of discipline. Day two is the day of self-talk. Day two is the day of looking forward to day three. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow, by the time the sun goes down, you get yourself some refreshing water, some refreshing hydration without a limit. You know, for the most part, you know, you grab you a nice big amount and just start taking your water and regularly and just stay hydrated. Water will be for food for 4 days. Water will be for food for 4 days. I never suggest to drink like a gallon specifically because people are different sizes. You know, they have different things going on in their system. I always suggest to have a flow of water for your body. So what I mean by that is every time you urinate, that's when you should be drinking another amount of water, whether it's 4 to 8 ounces of water. Okay, 4 to 8 ounces of water every time you urinate. That's usually what you urinate as well out, sometimes even more. So, but you want to take in at least 4 to 8 ounces of water every time water comes out of your body. Water is coming back into your body, and you are developing a flow. Water out, water in. Water out, water in. Water out, water in. Day after day, water out, water in. Water out, water in. No glucose, no sugars, no all bunch of garbage that's going to slow down the digestive tract, that's going to feed parasites and bacteria and other things that are sitting there. No. Only water, and that's it. I sent an email out yesterday to the participating group. It has a let me look it up here. It has a clip. I put a clip there. Not necessarily a clip. Let me see. I put a link to a gentleman by the name of what was it? Dr. what? Dr. Pradeep Jamamadas, something like that. He seems like he's a kind of a Middle Eastern doctor, maybe an Indian doctor. And he's speaking about fasting and how fasting can reverse aging, how fasting can reverse all these different diseases. And he is speaking from a highly educated perspective, from a highly educated experience. He is active in the field. He describes fasts for most of his patients. He deals with the patients that are 40 and over, a lot of Indian patients, older Indian patients, and this is what other cultures do. It's not practiced commonly in this country to not eat, but it's definitely practiced in the Bible. It's practiced in other religious texts. It's practiced in other historical texts, and it's also practiced in other cultures and religions and areas. So for the participating class, I want you to make sure that you take a look at that video. It's going to be extremely beneficial for you so that you can understand the intricacies of why you're doing what you're doing and how it's going to benefit you. One of the most important parts about this first 7 days, it's extremely anti-cancer. The reason we start the way that we start with a dry fast and then going into a water fast is because that's an anti-cancer fast. That's a fast that is designed to remove the sugar out of your system as quickly as possible and try to kill as many bad cells or cells that are not able to receive oxygen, to kill as many of these cells as possible and get them out of our body so that we can generate new cells, new oxygenated cells, new thriving cells that can heal the body further, that can build the body further. So that's why we started with a 7-day fast, 3-day dry fast, 4-day water fast, because we want to make sure that we are killing everything that is living off of us. Bacteria that lives off of us and requires water for us to move their food downstream to wherever they may lay inside of our body. Well, we're cutting the water supply to them. So now they can't get food. That's why dehydrating the cells is important in the beginning, and then that's why day 4, when we start drinking water, it's to flush out all the dead cells and all the stuff that is dying inside of us that's going to be coming out next few days. Even though you're not using the washroom, you still should be passing stool. You should still be using the washroom well into your 4th and 5th day. Okay. It should be a different consistency for sure. Let me know if you're still experiencing any pain or anything during the fast and trying to use the washroom. You shouldn't have anything like that. This is not, we've done this countless times. So, but make sure that you are, make sure that you're sticking to the regiment though, it's the dry fast today, okay, y'all? It means you're not slurping up, 5 pounds of water there. You guys are shutting your mouth. Fast means to shut. You ever heard the term fast shut? Hey, fast that. Or close that shut. Fast that shut. That's what fasting means, to close. Okay. So does anybody have any questions so far? I see we got quite a few viewers on our different platforms all together here in YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and everything. Does anybody have any questions so far? Lost a few pounds myself already. I look forward to losing quite a few more. I took a before picture. I was getting up there a little bit. I never let myself pass 200. I never let myself get under 155. I know it's kind of a broad, but throughout the seasons it matters because I'm extremely active in the summertime. There's a lot of sweating in the summertime. There's foods that got more water in the summertime, so I lean up in the summertime for the most part, and then I fill back in during the winter time when there's less movement, there's less sweating, there's the fruits are not in season. There's different grains, whole grains that are in season at this time of the year. So the foods, even at this time of the year, that are in season are foods that hold to our body much more, that have less water consistency. So they're a little bit thick, they thicken us up a little bit. So I'd always look forward to So a nice cleanse in the beginning of the year as well. Obviously, I know I mentioned yesterday, it's not really the beginning of the year, it's the beginning of the fiscal year, okay? 2024, when you're dealing with those numbers, 24, 2023, 2022, that's the fiscal year that they're talking about. It's not the actual Earth, the beginning of the Earth's cycle. The beginning of the Earth's cycle take place sometime between March and April in the spring, because the spring is really the new year. The reason I mention it is because being off the way that we're off, that means our circadian rhythm is off as well. That means we are doing things when we should be stopping, and when we're stopping when we should be doing things. We're out of season and out of order for the most part. That's why we're out of whack. When the sun goes down at this time of the year at 4:30, that's when our body should be going down, because when we're sleeping, we're going to be utilizing melatonin and producing serotonin to be utilized during the day. But if we're still up, if the sun goes down at 4:30 in the evening right now, and we're still up at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, then we're wasting all of those evening hours that our body should be developing serotonin and utilizing melatonin to keep us asleep during the dark hours, during the moonlight hours. We're so out of whack. We're so out of rhythm. We're not even doing that. So we're up all night. So we lack the creation of serotonin. So during the day, we're foggy, we're cloudy minded, we're tired. And then at night, we can't even stay asleep because there's not enough melatonin being created in the system to keep us in our sleep. And a sedative doesn't work, because a sedative will put you to sleep, but it won't keep you to sleep. So this is why I mention it, because we're a bit out of whack at this time of the season. If you want to maximize your body's capability of healing itself and of tapping into its own power, then we should be trying to come up with the sunrise, and we should be trying to go down with the sundown. How you doing, Unc Fountain? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. It's the truth. That's what we're here to share. So let's remember that. Let's try little by little throughout our lifetime, now that we've received the information, to try to buy foods that are in season, you know, summertime, and fruits and vegetables and all that grow during the seasons of the summer. Those are the ones that we should be eating in the seasons of the summer. That's why you can't find watermelons right now, because they're out of season. You can find them for a little while, for about a month and a half in the summertime, and then they're out of season for the rest of the. That's why avocados are so tricky, because they're around all year long, but they're not. They're seasonal. Their season is in the summer as well. How are they? Because what they're doing is they're getting cultivated in lands that have year-round warmth, and not the natural environment of an avocado. And so they're overproducing them. I stay away from the Haas avocados, the smaller Haas ones. I try to stay away from those. I try to get the big green ones, the ones that come like from the Caribbean. Those are pretty good. You get more bang for your buck too, by the way. So with that said, we got today, day 2, no food, no water, till tomorrow sundown. That's when we end that process. And then starting on day 4, we will be drinking H2O. I am allowing coconut water during this process for the electrolytes. For those of you who may be feeling famished, or maybe feeling like you need something a little bit more than water, well, have at it. Get some coconut water in your life. I know it tastes like sweet water, and that's what you want. But we don't want to put glucose in the system. We don't want to put sugar in the system to the point where you are still feeding parasites, you're still feeding bacteria, you're still feeding the things that are feeding off of you. We want to stop feeding the things that are feeding off of us. There's an entire world of living organisms inside of our body that is living off of what we eat. So if we keep the diet clean, then we keep the healthy things fed and the bad things dead. Get all those bugs out of our system. Okay. We also left the intro from yesterday. We're gonna leave them all on YouTube. But if anybody needs to communicate about the products that are for the fast, make sure you reach out to us from our website and our email. Call the store in Chicago. We'll make sure that we take care of it. The products haven't gone out yet. The products go out tomorrow for everyone to have for Sunday. Sunday is the first day that we're going to be consuming products. So, any questions? Any questions while I'm here, while we're talking? All right, all right. Part of the package, we're gonna have some moringa capsules. The moringa capsules are designed to help clean the blood. We always put a big emphasis on the digestive system, and as we should, because it is the beginning of the healing. The gut, the center of the body, is the center of disease control. That's the real CDC. That's the complete digestive cleanse, is what we call it. Okay, so bear with me here. The tag that's jamming me up on the side here. All right. So we wanted to include a little more diversity too in the cleanse, not just cleaning only the digestive tract. So we threw in the moringa capsules as well. We do have the Chef's tea blend, the complete digestive cleanse. We're also going to have some, the moringa is going out, not moringa capsules, they're moringa bitters, by the way. So it's a moringa with a lot of other herbs steeped for a very long time to make a very concentrated tincture. You'll be taking 3 teaspoons a day when you get the bottle until the bottle is done. Water in between, okay? Don't forget, in this fast, y'all, when we do start the food, okay, when we do start the solid food, we're not eating grains right now. We're not eating grains, nuts, and seeds. We're not going to be eating grains, nuts, and seeds. We're going to our natural special diet. We're going to the diet of our species. We're going to a frugivore and an herbivore diet. We're going to be dealing with fruits, greens, and vegetables. All the foods that have water consistency, because this is a cleanse. This is not bodybuilding. Okay? This is not body shaping class. This is a cleanse. This is the elimination of waste from the body, okay? We have to eliminate. We're going to use the fiber of the foods that we're eating in week 3, all those fibers from all those foods that we're eating, which I'm going to give you a list. You guys do have the list that I sent in the email, but I'll give you further suggestions. I'm going to be mushroomed up. Fruit and mushroomed up. Mushroom's going to give you what you need to hold your appetite. And it's a lot of brain food, a good vitamin D, very good. It's the alkaline food, has plenty of minerals. So that's what I'm going to survive off when we get to it, you know. I'm going to be doing a lot of juicing. Sure am. All right. You know, we do this every year. This is, I think, our fifth annual fast. We usually have 20, 30, 40 people join, and we're glad to have the group that we have this year as well. And it's always transformative for people. People are usually losing around 20 pounds. When you do this correctly, it's nothing to lose 20 pounds in 20 days. You'll be losing a pound a day. You lose it in your sleep. And a lot of you are going to lose a lot more. A lot more. You stick to this. Trust this process. Trust yourself. Trust nature. Trust God, because when you turn to nature, you turn to God. When you turn to God's creation, you are ultimately turning to God's hand. Okay? No matter what you believe, you got to have some faith that if you trust nature, that if you trust God's creation, that things will right themselves, wrongs will right themselves. So that's what we do want to focus on at this time, okay? Feel good about this natural transition that you're making right now. This is a very positive move. This is a very positive direction. Having a lot of weight is not healthy for us. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't care how good the food tastes. Having an obese body or having too much weight on the body causes so much stress to the body, and it keeps us from being able to live the quality of life that we are looking to live, because we're always having to make accommodations for our body, for our flesh. I can't do that. Don't you see me? Oh, I can't do that. I weigh too much. I can't do that. I can't fit in there. I can't do. No, no, you can do that. We got to work on it. And this is not weight shaming either. This is not about being thin or thick or fat or any of these terms, okay? I'm speaking of being healthy or not healthy, and a healthy body tends to be a less inflamed body. Fat is inflammation. It's hardened. It's inflammation. You understand? When you're looking at the fat of a cow, the fat of a lamb, fat of animals, the fat of your bacon, for those of y'all who eat that trash, the fat is the stored toxicity of the animal. It's the nasty stuff. Our body does the same thing. That's why you have a fatty liver. That means the liver is consuming, or it's developing a calcification. It's developing this fat that's hardening around it, and it's keeping it from functioning properly. And now you're dealing with a fatty liver. Fat. There's nothing healthy about fat, not even in an animal. That's why the Bible specifically instructs us to remove all fat from the food that we're eating before we consume it, because that fat is that animal's sickness. It's called inflammation. That's what it's fat. It's not tissue. It's not muscle. It's not meat. It's toxicity. That's why if you look at one of the nastiest animals that you can look at, the pork, the pig, it doesn't have any sweat glands. It can't sweat out toxicity. So what does the body naturally do? It develops a 6-inch fat layer of fat under its epidermal layer, under its skin. A 6-inch layer of fat to keep any of that toxicity from leaking out into the atmosphere. It doesn't even have sweat glands. And it still has that layer of fat so that it doesn't push through the skin. No, we should not be eating fat. And we should not be storing it in our body unwillfully. Because that's what the body does. All the time when we're overeating, eating because we just can't get enough, because it just tastes so good, eating without moderation, eating until we're absolutely stuffed with food all the way to your throat. That is very unhealthy. You don't have to eat until your stomach is absolutely full to your throat. You can eat for fulfillment, not for filling. Eat until the body is satisfied at a nutritional level. Quench your thirst. Don't gulp the whole gallon. You know what I mean? That's an idea there. Quench your thirst. Drink you just enough to make sure that you're not thirsty at that moment. But I'm going to get thirsty again in a few moments. That's okay. Then you drink at that time again. Very small portions, keeping the metabolism of the body high. Instead of sitting yourself down and laying yourself out with the itis because you ate so much that you need to take a nap because the body doesn't know what to do with all that food, so it has to shut down. We want to avoid that process. It's not healthy. You understand? Any questions? Any questions while we're here? Any questions? All right. We do have another Zoom session, I believe, this week. Look out for in the emails for all the participating group. Look out to the emails for the next Zoom session. We'll be sending links. If anyone, excuse me, if anyone had an issue with the app, with the fasting app, reach out to me and let me know. So that you can keep track, so that you understand what the body's going through at the various times and hours. It's a very motivating tool to have that application on your phone showing the progress that you're making in your fast. That means that if you haven't been eating for 24 hours now, some of us for 36 hours now, then the fast is showing ketosis, the fast is showing autophagy, the fast is showing all the various systems in the body that are kicking off or that are turning on or that are activating themselves because they think that our body is going through something right now. So what it's doing is it's trying to remove all the bad out of our body to reserve energy, because that sugar burns our energy. All right, Wandy, no worries. I'll go ahead. I will help you with that after the live session by this afternoon or so. I'll make sure I'll get us all plugged in together there. But I got wild was that for a moment, but no worries. We just answering the question. But yeah, the body, kicks off different systems and different changes because it's adjusting to the body not receiving food. So it's taking the body's reserved energy, burning that while conserving the new energy. It's a smart body. And so once it starts the elimination process, it's starting to eliminate all the bad stuff first. All the radical cells, all the damaged cells, all the cancer cells, all the cells that lack oxygen, that lack functionality. All these cells are leaving the body. They're dying off. And every day we have millions of cells that die off. I don't want to be too graphic in the morning, but that's why the stool is the color that it is. Those are red dead blood cells that cause the stool to be a brownish color. Yes, dead red blood cells. Every single day your body is dying, red blood cells are dying, and you're creating new ones. It's like fasting and cleaning your body this way. It's like giving yourself a blood transfusion, giving yourself organ transfusions, giving yourself cellular help. That's the equivalent of it. Because you're cleaning your own blood. You're cleaning your own cells. You're cleaning your own organs. That's all you're doing. You're maintaining yourself. It's maintenance. It's physical maintenance at a whole nother level. This is what you call self-care. A lot of people do a lot of self-destructive things in the name of self-care. They'll drink so much alcohol and say, oh, this is self-love. I'm just loving myself. Go out and trash myself. Loving myself, self-care. Dressed in a certain way, consuming certain things, doing certain things. That's not self-love. This is self-love on a whole nother level. This is self-care because you're being careful with yourself. You're being full of care with yourself. Self-care. When you treat yourself carefully, full of care, that's self-care. You can't be doing something destructive to you and call it care. That is not care. See? So you gotta keep that in mind, y'all. This is another level of taking care of yourself. This is another level of loving yourself. Okay? Of treating yourself well. There's no negotiation for the rest of the day. We're not going back and forth mentally about no water, about no food. Who cares? Oh, but my stomach, who cares? And I'm not saying it to you. You need to be saying it to yourself. You need to be talking to your belly. Who cares? Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Blah, 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 blah. You'll be okay. Blah, 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 blah. Go to bed. Blah, 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 blah. You're getting ignored now. That's it. Don't let hunger bully you. Don't let your appetite control you. If you can control your appetite, you can control anything. Do not let your appetite control you. Learn discipline. All right, y'all. Gonna get going this morning here. If there's any additional questions, feel free to reach out to us in email for all of the participants, or give us a call, or you can check in with us on social media, but social media is not really a working platform. It's a promotion platform. So sometimes we're a little bit slow to respond on social media. But if you shift over into our website, like our contact form, or or an email and stuff like that, or even giving us a call, then you're probably going to get much better results that way. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions before we log off, though? Questions about the program? If not, it's good. I'm glad if anybody got no questions. That means I'm informing you well. All right. That means we can get our day going. Okay. We're focused. We know what we have to do. We know we are the enemy, so we need to control ourselves. If you start getting cranky, moody, feeling how certain type of way because you're not eating, so what? It's your problem. Don't take it out on anyone around you. Don't have an attitude with other people. Don't snap on other people. Don't force other people to deal with your frustration. Don't project that. You're the one who took your health overboard. You're the one who gets it back on track. Don't bother other people with your attitude. Don't get mad at your kids when you get home. Don't get mad at your hubby or your wife when you get home. Don't get snappy with your coworkers because they eating a steak fajita in front of you with a cool, refreshing drink, and you sitting here fasting. Love what you're doing. Focus on what you're doing and why you're doing it. Okay? Don't worry about nobody else. Keep that in mind so that you're not out here being tempted of yourself. Okay? Letting situations that are no situations at all tempt you. Come on now. All right. I don't see any additional questions on YouTube or Facebook. I see what's there, but I don't see anything new. So, all right, y'all, I will be on the lookout for the emails. I will see y'all soon. I will be popping up on live stream much more often on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. So keep an eye out as we move forward, okay? I look forward to helping and guiding everyone out, or guiding everyone through the process. And I look forward to engaging and communicating with you brothers and sisters. Until then, peace.